and good evening, everybody. This is Melody Evaristo, Busy Health Mum, live on Defying Gravity Wellness Hub. And today is Transformation Thursday, and I have a special guest with me. This is my eldest daughter, Elora. She is 11 years old, and I wanted to get her to tell her story and see if it matches up with the story that I have been sharing with people, both here on Facebook and also in more depth in my Instagram stories. So if you're not already following me, my link is at the bottom, Busy Health Mum. Basically, this month, so August 20th, was my 6th year with Herbalife Nutrition. As a health coach, I used the products myself and got amazing results, but then I also, trusted it enough to be able to feed it to my children. Now, in the course of those 6 years, I was stay-at-home mom, working mom, then back to staying-at-home mom, then back to working mom, all sorts of different jobs, usually during the times when the children were obviously either at school or sleeping. So I was working the 6:30 a.m. shift, 7:30 a.m. shift, and there was one time where I was working the 5:15 p.m. shift, so that they would actually be asleep while I was on duty. So through all of that, a lot of things happened as far as how the household was running and the kinds of things that had to be dealt with as far as making sure the children were cared for, homework done, eating, and those sorts of things. So I'll pass it on to Elora, and I'll ask her a few questions. Don't be shy. All right. So tell everybody when did Mummy work? Do you remember when Mummy started working?
We were very young. I think I was in kindergarten.
Yeah. Speak up so that they can hear you.
So
yeah.
I think I was kindergarten, and Jody didn't even start school yet.
Okay. And what was Mummy doing?
You were a psychologist.
Yeah. Okay.
Working
Cool.
at Minto Medical Center.
Okay. And then straight after, shortly after that, I kind of closed.
Stayed home.
Yep. Closed up that business and stayed home. Okay. And then again, I went back to work where?
I think it was Australia Post first.
That's right. Okay. Yep. And do you remember what it was like when Mummy was working at Australia Post?
It was very stressful. I remember one time we had to meet you at work because Grandma needed to work the same shift as you did as well.
Okay.
And we really didn't like you being away because you were actually being more away than you were when you were a psychologist.
Okay. All right. And then after that, I went back to a different workplace, didn't I? Which was?
DHL.
Yep. Okay. And then what times was I working with DHL?
So you would leave the house at about 5:30,
okay.
I think, and then you would come home like about 9. So we would be in bed.
Okay, all right. So when Mummy was out working, what was life like for you and Geordie?
It was very hard and confusing at the time, but then when we got the hang of it, it was working, but we still felt that we needed you more around.
Okay. And what kinds of things were you eating when Mummy was out?
So we were eating like LCM bars, cereals. We were drinking like juices, up and goes, lots of like sugary things. And then after school, we would like go down to the Hungry Jacks every once in a while, just if we were hungry. And then as Autumn went home to Grandma's house, she would always order Hungry Jacks. And then Uncle would always buy us like KFC or something.
Okay. And what was your lunchbox like?
So me and Geordie had like each packet of chips and like those, I think they were like cookie teddies in a packet. We had a popper each and I think an up and go each.
Okay, all right. And so what did it feel like in your body having that kind of food?
It felt yucky. I wasn't as energetic as I was before.
Yeah.
So, while everyone else was like feeling happy, I always end up having like a stitch or something or like a headache. So most of the time that year, I would always end up in the sick bay. Headaches, fevers, stomach aches, even Geordie sometimes.
Yep. And what about the way that your body looked or the clothes that you were wearing?
I was wearing like very big clothes. They were like bigger than yours, maybe about like maybe half of Daddy's size.
Okay, all right. And then Mummy started, and then Mummy stayed at home. Why? After DHL.
Because Hayden
Yeah,
was born.
Hayden was born. Great, and I've been home since then. Right. So, how old is Hayden now? Almost 18 months.
Almost 18
Okay,
months.
so since Mummy has been home since before Hayden was born, what's breakfast like for you guys?
Better. Much better.
Okay.
Very much better.
What do you guys have for breakfast?
So we have our Herbalife shake, our tea, and our aloe, and our subs, which is the Herbalife line omega-3 fish oil. But if we're very sick and you think we're like in need of like more things, then you would give us like Rose Guard and multivitamin.
Yeah.
And before you used to also put our probiotic in our aloe.
Okay, all right. And then for your school lunch, what does Mummy prepare you for your school lunch?
We at least have 1 to 2 fruits a day. We have a sandwich which is crumb fish from Aldi, which is one of our staples in our house. And sometimes we have crackers for recess, or like this week we had the banana, Cook Island banana bread thingy. So, and water.
Okay.
1 bottle of water.
All right, okay. And how do you feel now in your body?
Much more energetic. I'm not as bloated as before, and I dropped like 3 sizes. I can fit in like a size 7 now, like a kid size 7.
Tell me the time that you were so happy that you almost cried. Actually, I think I remember you did cry. Why were you so happy?
Because I saw a lot of loss in my stomach, and my arms were a bit bigger. So I remember before they were bigger as in tubby bigger.
Yeah.
But now they're bigger as in muscle bigger.
Great. And how much exercise did you do before Mummy was at home?
We used to do an hour a week at school and nothing else at home or after school. So we would do like running exercises or like stretches.
Okay.
But that was all.
All right. And what kind of exercise do you do now?
So me and Jordy partake in like hula. We do
When is hula?
every Monday at 6:30 to 7, and every once in a while we go to Mount Druitt and Roselands. I run my own hula class on Tuesdays at lunchtime, so that keeps me fit as well. And we also keep a Friday sports session because I'm participating in Gala Day.
Okay, great. So what kinds of things are you able to do at school now?
So I can actually run laps now. I can stretch better. So I couldn't really even touch my back before, but now I can touch my back. I couldn't even reach my toes.
Okay.
Now I can reach my toes.
And what activities are you representing the school for this year?
So like I said, Gala Day. Zone Athletics Carnival, I made it into discus. I think
What special position do you hold for the school?
school captain.
Yep, school captain. And as a school captain, what else did you guys do this weekend? This week, sorry.
So we made it into regionals for debating. So we were undefeated with another undefeated school.
Sweet.
I think next weekend we're gonna go to Tournament of the Minds.
Wonderful.
And next week is the actual zone, and tomorrow is the Gala Day.
Okay, great. And as far as what we eat as a family, so we've got our breakfast and you've got your school lunch, but what do we eat as a family for dinner and on weekends?
Most of the time we do our Filipino cuisine that Daddy makes, and you make sure he puts like the right ingredients, like not too much salt.
Yeah.
Like you like to do, or like in our adobo, you make sure that not too much soy sauce either. And then on some occasions we take like takeout. Like this week we had the island food. Sometimes we get like What's Up Brothers and kebab. Sometimes we get Chinese. Sometimes Japanese.
Okay.
On just some occasions.
Okay. So compared to when Mummy was working, how many times a week did you eat takeaway food?
Nearly after school.
So at least 5 times
Yeah.
a week. Okay. And now that Mummy's home, how often do you eat like takeaway food, like food from another restaurant?
Kind of like every fortnight weekend. You encourage us to go to good takeout places, not like takeout places like Macca's, Hungry Jack's, Red Rooster, stuff like that. You encourage us to go like to good restaurants like RSL, Yum Cha, buffets, Sizzler, like stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, great. And so when Mummy is at home, how does the household run? How does it feel to be at home with Mummy?
It feels good because we have a routine that we stick to every single day, so it doesn't change. Even though if it's a weekend, it's still the same.
Okay, great. All right. So, is there anything that you're not allowed to eat?
Yes. You said you're okay with us eating chocolates.
I love chocolates. Yeah.
But not lollies.
Okay. Why not lollies?
Because I have this like a skin reaction. So I'm not allergic, but I have this reaction when I eat stuff with too much food coloring. My skin breaks out, and you don't want me to go back to that old yucky face. So you just want it to keep it simple. So chocolates are okay.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you're not allowed to eat?
I wouldn't say not allowed to eat. It's sometimes allowed to eat.
Great. Sometimes allowed to eat. Sometimes food.
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right. So the other day you were telling me that there were some people at your school, particularly girls, who are quite upset by the way that they look and the way they feel. What have they said to you?
They just keep on telling me how they actually feel. Because they know that appearance is important as well. So there was this one girl that was my best friend, and she had like really good meals. She had like spaghetti, lasagna, like roast chicken. She had all those good foods that her mom and dad used to make. And then one day she was like, I don't feel good anymore, and all the girls are like making fun of me.
Why?
Because she's like eating all of this good food, but then all the girls are saying like, you should eat food like us. So she's one of those girls that got influenced because she listened to those girls that think that appearance is like better like that.
I mean, what was her appearance like?
So she was fit, she was healthy, she can run around. So
she was a bit bigger than the rest of the girls.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And so what did she do to try and reduce her size?
So she tried to eat like lots of vegetables that she didn't like to eat. So like in her lasagna, she would eat like zucchini and eggplants and stuff like that. She would even have her own salad that she liked to make. But when she decided to go on a diet, she ate things like celery and like just steamed cucumber, cauliflower, things she doesn't really like to eat but she knows is good for her. She was really strict, like everyone likes peanut butter on celery, right? But she wouldn't put it on it. So she wasn't getting any thinner, just all she knew that she was really, really hungry. And one day she like fainted because
that's so sad.
She was so hungry.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So what does Mummy try and encourage you and Jordan to have as far as a relationship with food?
Just eat whatever you need. So if your body tells you you're hungry, then you're hungry, so you eat. If your body tells you you're thirsty, then you drink.
Great.
If your body tells you you're tired, you sit. And if your body tells you that you need to sleep, you sleep.
Great, wonderful. All right. So, so you remember when Mummy was working as a psychologist? What was Mummy like when I was working as a psychologist?
You're really stressed out. When you came home, you would just scream at Daddy, like, why aren't the kids in bed yet?
Yeah.
And then we would step in for daddy and we were like, we missed you.
Okay. And obviously now, 6 years with Herbalife as a health coach, I get to do it at home. Sometimes when I'm working, I still get to do it around that. How is it different that Mummy's a health coach?
It's really good. You're earning money. You're making sure we're nice, fit, and healthy. Even Daddy and Hayden, not just me and Jordy, and yourself. Mm-hmm. And yet you're still finding ways to earn money and keep us all on 2 feet.
Nice. All right. And so if you could have a parting message to maybe there are some women out here, maybe they want to share this with their daughters, because how old are you?
I'm 11.
You're 11 and you're in year 6, and next year you're going to be in high school. So you're going to be surrounded by all sorts of different people, right? Boys and girls, but mostly girls who are going to be concerned about the way they look, the way they feel, the kinds of friendships that they have. What would be a message that you would like to share on Mummy's platform as far as, food and body image and all those sorts of things?
Love how you feel, but don't take for granted how you look.
What does that mean?
So you may look the same, mm-hmm. but you may not feel the way you did before when you still looked that way. So there are some people out there that will look different but still feel the same than they did before. Mm-hmm. But then there are people that look the same but feel different. They're happier, they're glowing, just like me. I still have a small height, but yet now I like being small, but I still feel good inside.
Wonderful. So it's a I love myself, but not in a in like a vain way. You know how it feels to feel good inside, and you like that feeling. Great. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Elora. And this live has been a little bit longer than my usual, but I wanted you guys to be able to hear up front what, from the mouth of Babes, 11-year-old. And as I said, I've been doing this for 6 years now, and she does remember, and to be able to compare what it was like, what life was like during the crazy times. So I guess as a mum of 3, so we've got Jordan as well, who's 8. She didn't quite remember all that time, and that's why I'm not interviewing her. And Hayden, who's 18 months. I want to be able to go out there, and my mission is to make the difference in the next generation through us mums. Okay, so I thoroughly believe that when the mum is healthy, the family is healthy. When the mum is happy, the family is happy. And, for lots of mums, the mum guilt is completely real. I know, I lived it, right? It's difficult, especially living in the most expensive city in the world, in the most expensive country in the world, to be able to live off the one income. So sometimes we are forced to work, right? And especially if you're the mum, working hours that are not suitable for the family, okay? And things start to fall off. But what I do want to show people is that there are certain things that you can do to alleviate the mum stress by having a look at the family nutrition, by making sure that everybody's hitting their breakfast correctly, by making sure everybody's hydrated, by making sure that you do spend your time, your efforts, your money into more home-cooked meals than takeaway meals. By being able to get together as a family and connect as a family. And all that carries through to the next generation. And women in particular, need to know that how we see ourselves, how we treat ourselves is passed on to the future, right? The future women, with future leaders of the world, right? And, I want to make that impact, right? For myself, for my family, right now in the community of Gregory Hills and the MacArthur region, but eventually reach out to, women who are like me, who want to be able to make impacts in their own community and, by way of global connection. So thank you so much for everybody who kind of watched. If you're watching this as a replay, please leave me a comment, send me a heart. Give me your kind of feedback on this. Maybe a little bit controversial, maybe not. I don't know. If anything is resonating with you in anything that we've said here, if you're feeling the mum guilt, if you need to know how it is to find the balance that I found, 6 years ago, definitely click on my link and book in a chat with me. And I will see you guys at the next live. Peace out for now.